Hello YouTube, hello everyone. So every single student from A-level math, so welcome. And also this topic is going to be very relevant to advanced students from IGCC and GCC programs who covers the whole program for 1 year. So we continue the topic of algebraic expressions. The main stress is going to be on how to solve quadratic expressions, quadratic equations, that the first, and this is presumed knowledge, all right? Also from there, we'll move on to quadratic functions, and onwards, we also have deal with intersections of different functions like straight lines, linear functions, quadratic ones, and so on, okay? So that's why this is also about solving simultaneous equations and probably comparing whereas one function is less or equal than another one. Basically, you need to find the range for which actually one function is below or maybe greater above another function, all right? So this is also topic, and we'll be talking about parameters for, let's say, for specific conditions, we need to find the range for parameters, okay? And most of the stress will be given towards quadratic equations and quadratic expressions. So you're welcome, and let's get started. And by the way, each separate question you can find in the playlist down below. So if you want to go through each separate question, just go through the link. The link is in the description, or just go to the playlist. All right, and here is the bunch of questions in one video. All right, so let's get started. Question 1. So what we can see here, so we've got quadratic functions x squared plus bx plus c. The graph of the function f(x) intersects the y-axis at 12, here is 12, and the x-axis at -2. So we're given 1 point of intersect of x-intercept. So you need to find parameters b and c, figure out the values. Alright, so as always, grab your pens, grab your notes, try to do each question by your own, and only then try to compare with my explanations. Alright, so this is the topic which relates to functions, so that's why make sure you watch the crash course related to quadratic functions. You can find everything there, and this is GCC course. So but I remind you quick, so that quadratic functions will have always y-intercept corresponding to general way how we write the standard form of the quadratic functions, okay? And this c coefficient you can find always here, no matter what sort of function you have. Why? Because definitely for y-intercept, x equals to 0, so that's why you'll get y equals c. So here is y-intercept, and you know this is 12. So that's why immediately we can figure out that c value is 12, all right? So we know that, and because we have this equation in this form, we can write as the following, all right? So this is our f from x. And we also know that x-intercept at -2. So in general case, there are two x-intercepts, but there might be one touching point, right? It's going to be a turning point in this case, or there might be any single point in this case. For example, this particular parabola is completely above the x-axis, all right? So in our case, we have x-intercept at -2. So what we can do, we know that one x-intercept is -2, and this is intercept, so we can plug argument x equals -2 straight into equation. In other words, we can plug whenever x stays, and make sure you remember that in this case y equals to 0 because x-intercept always occurs at y equals 0 level, because this point is completely on the x-axis, so that's why any y-coordinate of any point is going to be equals to 0, all right? So that's why we plug in 0 here and -2 instead of x where it stays. So be careful about simplification, so negative 2 squared is always positive number, while here is going to be negative b and plus 12. Alright, so let's simplify. We'll get 0 equals to 4 minus 2b and plus 12. It's right time to get the similar terms or like terms. So in this case, it's only 4 and plus 12, so we combine them, we'll get 16, and we'll get the following. So 0 equals 16 minus 2b. So we're taking negative 2b to the left side, it's more convenient. And from there, we got b equals to 8, all right? So this is how it works. B is going to be positive. So C value is 12, final results, and B value is 8. And on top of that, what's possible extension here? So you can try to find another x-intercept. So you remember that here is the vertex, right? And it can be detected or defined as according to the formula minus b over 2a. So you know coefficient b similar to that, so that's why you plug negative 8 and divide it by 2. So x vertex is going to be negative 8 over 2, so it's going to be negative 4. And you know that one x-intercept at the point or at x equals negative 2, so you have vertex negative 4. So in real case, you'll get actually the following. So let me explain. I'll show you here quick how this looks like. Now we define our parabola more precisely, and right now we have the vertex at negative 4. Obviously negative 2 stays here, and at the same distance negative 6, because the distance is actually 2, and here is the distance is going to be 2 because this is the line of symmetry. It goes through the vertex, and x-vertex coordinate is negative 4, so to the next x-intercept is going to be at the same distance too. So actually it turns out to be negative 6. And this is how it works. So from there you can make more, you can go to extension and actually find out more parameters and answer more questions. All right, I'll just show you one possible extension here. All right, so I hope you got it, and let's move to the next question.